Welcome to Colorful Thought Podcast. As you see right now, I have one of my co-hosts. She has finally made her appearance on the podcast. So y'all will be actually get to see her more to coming up podcast. The team is put together. We have a special guest I'm about to bring on, and I'm allowing him to introduce himself. And we just want to let everyone know that uh, this is the real deal. You need to get your stuff right. You need to get right. And when you get right, everything will be right. Here go. Today's guest is Ryan. Ryan, you want to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your company and what you do?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan Dean. I'm the owner of Then and Now Consulting. Uh, I used to say financial. I used to say credit repair consultant, but now I'm more of a financial literacy coach. I've been in this field 10 years, a little over 10 years, but professionally, like doing it for others. Let's say for about the last 3 years. Yeah. When I first started, I just I was just playing around with it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just know I had bad credit,
Oh,
but I had to work on that.
well, we all have that. We all have some bad credits. So, and that's one of the things that we want to. I brought you on because we need a lot of people need help fixing their credit. I was one of the guys that coming out of high school, going into college, didn't realize how important the credit was,
That was me.
especially if you ain't got that kind of ends where you need the credit. So I didn't realize how important my credit was. So when I started actually using my credit, it's funny that they would say I would have to need a cosigner, and because my credit score was zero, I never have ever used my credit. My granddaddy, before he passed, he always said, if you can't afford it, you don't need it. If you can go
Right.
pay cash, you didn't need it. So that always stuck in my head, and I always saved up to go get what I want. Even my cars was always cash cars and stuff like that. So I never really financed a car.
Right.
I always saved up. Go find me a nice $3,000 to $4,000 little car. I'm good. Get the maintenance done. So I really didn't have to use my credits, use my credit for anything. So the people like, we never seen a credit score like this. Hey, where you been? Like, and they're like, how old are you again? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, just never. Hey, I told my grand,
Man,
that's it. If I can't pay cash for it, I don't need it.
let me tell you, I went from high school straight into the military. So I served in the Marine Corps for 8 years active duty. So my thing was I like cars. So I used to buy like little cars here and there. And I did the same thing you did. I got the cash, I paid for it. And then one year my we had to get my wife a car because her car messed up. And the guy said, "Nah, you can finance it." So I financed it. I was like, "Oh, I like this." Then I got a credit card and I just ran it up. I ran it up in like the first month. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And then as time went on and you need to get things, can't get nothing. They're like, "Yo, you don't have no credit. Your credit is shot." And that was like my introduction to bad credit. So
Yeah,
so
see, that's why I said, oh, especially, coming from low income urban cities, our family don't talk about preserving your credit
at
and
all.
to, how important your credit is going to be for you later in life. Well, I ain't gonna say the whole urban city was like that. I just say my household was like that. We didn't talk about life policies, insurance policies, and we definitely didn't talk about credit. If I never heard that from teachers or schools, I would never known about it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I really
Yep.
wouldn't. It wasn't until I got to college is when I started hearing more about credit
Mm.
and trying to understand. And what did I do? Credit, okay, I understand it. I thought I did. And let me go give me a credit card.
Yep.
Give me a credit card. Oh, I swiping. Well, I realized, oh, you gonna make payments on this thing? I ain't know that. What's this?
Yep.
What? I got a bill? What's the bill for? I thought this shit was, I thought it was for credit, So
Yep.
like I said, I didn't understand the credit thing. So it was crazy. My first credit card, I'll never forget. It was a Chase credit card, and yeah,
You had a
hey,
good one.
$300 credit line.
I
I
remember them
thought it was
days.
big money.
I remember mine was a 250.
250.
Two
Yeah.
$250. Yep.
So I was
Yep.
like, okay, I'm out here buying, eating, especially in college, man. We only had like a $60 every 2 weeks meal voucher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? I eat this in a day. You know what I'm saying? You talking about I gotta stretch this $60 for meals for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Man, that credit card came in handy, boy, until I had to
Oh
pay
yeah.
that bill. But I'm sorry. I'm so used to being on here by myself. I'm doing all. I'm so used to being on here by myself. I'm doing all too. You cut in anytime, man. At all. But let me ask you,
Mm-hmm.
um, how important you feel it is for people to fix their credit?
I put it to you like this: credit is worth more than actual dollars.
Right.
It's essential because if you go for a house, if you don't have credit, you can't really get it unless you're gonna put down the whole. You're gonna fit the whole bill.
Right.
Ain't nobody messing with you with that. And it's like the way the world is moving to, or it's already there. So if you don't have it, you're really being left behind. You're like you're back in like the 50s, 60s. Like you're so far behind is ridiculous. I still hear people to the day talk about cash is king, but they don't have the they don't have the mindset to understand why you need credit and how credit benefits you as an individual or even as a business. So when they say that, I I, I no longer get into these back and forths with them. I'm like, all right, you got it. Cash is king. You go ahead. So I had a post one time, and I forget it was a young lady. It was a gentleman asked another person if you had, I think it was like a million. If you had the chance to get $1 million or an 800 credit score, what would which one would you take? I told him, I said I'd take the 800 because I know how to flip that.
Right. Right. Me too.
You know,
Exactly. Yes.
I could flip that 800 multiple ways and get more than $1 million. I might end up with $5 million. But it's all how you got to be educated on how to use the credit, how to build the credit, and make it work, in your benefits, to your benefit.
And also, people, I just want to say, I didn't just bring Ryan on to talk about how and what we should do to fix our credit. But I am also one of his clients, me and my wife. He's also actually really doing our credit and fixing it up, get some stuff off that popped on there that I thought was gone. Now they see me out here doing things, they want to throw it back on me. So, uh, and one of my uh, biggest one that I have is with the timeshare. And I noticed since Ryan has taken over, I actually hired a company to fight them, but it was on. They went on and put it on my credit. And with
Mhm.
Ryan doing what he does best, these people already don't send me out a letter, want to negotiate, want to. Oh, I don't even supposed to be. I forgot about the gag order.
Right.
But anyway, It's fixed. I just say that. It's fixed. I really don't care. They come out to me now anyway. You know what? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Ryan sent out, and now we are got it taken off our credit. We're going on the back end to resolve the whole matter through another company. But I think what? How long it's been since you jumped on our credit now? It hasn't been really long.
No.
Nah, I just checked it before we got on. 27 days.
27 days and we already see results
things being
happen.
removed.
Yeah, things are being removed on hers and mine's already within these
Right.
27 days. So that's a good thing um, that
So
everybody should get on this.
so here's the thing. So the credit bureaus have Congress created the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So the credit bureaus have 30 days to respond to whatever disputes we send out to them. So that's why I know it's 27 days, because it popped up on the screen letting me know that's we've been doing this for 27 days. In 3 days, we're gonna do an update. When I do the update, you'll see a new score. You'll see what came off, what got updated, what they claim got verified, all of that good stuff. And so what you're actually going to get a copy of the new credit report, and it's going to come to your home address, and you'll be able to hold on to that. Hold on to those, because I don't only do credit repair. I can also show you how to um, get back some remedy
Okay.
from those inquiries, from those disputes that came off.
Oh,
So I do a combination. I don't know if you ever heard of Metro 2 compliance.
no, I
I
haven't.
haven't.
Okay. You ever heard of consumer law?
Yes.
All right. So I do a combination of both.
Okay.
So I use the Metro 2 to attack. So what happened is the CDIA is an organization that came about years ago. And what they did was they got together with all the credit bureaus, the secondary credit bureaus, because technically there's over 400 credit bureaus that's out here.
Oh wow.
So what they did was, yeah, there's over 400, but the top three are the ones that we always hear about: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion,
Right.
and now Innovis is coming up. So Innovis is actually a secondary, but they're going to become part of the top three, which will be the
Oh.
top four. So what happened is, back in the day, the CDIA was brought about, and they did like a collaboration with Congress, and the credit bureaus, data furnishers, anybody that does credit on a consumer, and they came up with a standard. So this standard is what's in place to this day. So when you have those gurus out there, these credit gurus out there that's doing what we call factual disputing, they sending out letters and they using templates and this, that, and the other. The reason why you're not getting a remedy is because they're not following the standard. You
Okay.
understand? They're reading, they're doing 609 letters and these
Right.
letters and that, this, that, and the other. But that's not how these credit reporting, uh that's not how that's not how it goes. That's not how
Okay.
it is. It goes off of the standard. And if you're not, if it's not by the SOP, standard operating procedures, then every once in a while they'll throw you a bone and like, they'll take this off or they'll take that off. Because you
Right.
got to remember the creditor and the consumer bureaus, they work together.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
understand?
Uh-huh.
These creditors pay the credit bureaus to furnish your information. So why would they want to take it off? It
Right.
don't
Right.
benefit them. So you keep throwing letters at them. Eventually they're gonna like, I throw you a bone, and they take one off. When they take one off, your credit guru gonna like, yo, you see, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job.
Right.
But the only thing they doing is they dragging it out, and that's where the problem comes in, because you could be in this process to 6 to 9 months. Who want to be that? Who want to be in that?
Right.
You, you're
Yes.
not
And that's
getting things done.
always their numbers too. 6 to 9 months.
Right, and it shouldn't be. So like I tell people, it's a mindset. You got to get your mind ready because this thing is not an overnight success. It does take a little time because everybody got 30 days to do what they got to do. But I do like I tell my clients, hey, I could get you to a 700 within 90 days. I could
Okay.
get you there. I don't care if you got a bankruptcy, a collections, charge off, late payments, inquiries. It doesn't matter. Repossessions, I got a repossession off in 3 days.
Oh wow.
Did y'all hear that, folks? That man got a
So
repossession off in 3 days. Y'all better listen up.
I try to empower people like, yo, this all of this is a game. Don't take it personal. You gotta take back your life from these people. You know what I mean? You gotta take all of them choices back. You got the ability to do this. So when I do the consumer law with this, like say your inquiries. Well, I'm gonna give an example for myself. This is what I did. I did the Metro 2 compliance. I sent it in. I mailed it out. Boom. It did everything it was supposed to do. When I got back my new credit report and my score went up. My all my data points was updated. It showed that is everything is where it needs to be. Then I went to the courts, and when I
Uh,
went to the courts, I sued all three bureaus.
oh, okay.
So I give this away for free. I went in there and sued them for defamation. You understand
And
what I'm
now
saying?
I'm glad you brought that up soon now. But before we go deep into that, we have a viewer, Samantha as trustee, said, is there a difference between credit and a FICO score?
Uh yeah, FICO scoring is not real. FICO
Okay.
score is a made up thing that the United States came up with to force you into a box.
Hmm.
So the thing about it is that it could be manipulated.
Okay.
You just gotta have the right person doing it. Once you manipulate the FICO score, once you manipulate the data points on your credit report, it would change your FICO score.
I see.
So if you're doing it through consumer law, you're hitting them with all what Congress says it's supposed to be. Like
Okay.
FICO score is never mentioned in any of Congress 15 in the 15 in statute 15. It was never mentioned. So FICO score is a made up term.
Okay.
So it stands for the Fair Isaac something. I forget at this time. But
Okay.
yeah, but it could be manipulated. It
It
could be
could be
manipulated.
member. Okay. Now, like you said, we were just talking about uh, suing, suing the credit bureaus.
Hmm.
Now, with your experience with that, is that something that you recommend that people do?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so recommend them. So they should sue these credit for what would be the reason of suing them?
The reason is that remember the credit bureaus, it sounds like a government agency because you hear bureaus at the end, but
Right.
it's not. It's
Correct.
not. It's a regular organization, it's a LLC, and they doing this for profit. So they just using the name to is a scare tactic. That's
Right.
what it's there for. But because this is an LLC, who gave them the information?
Right.
Right.
All right. So you can hit them up for aggravated identity theft because you never gave them permission. You understand what
Okay.
I'm saying? So
Yes.
so if somebody says to you, if somebody I'll give you an example. If somebody says to you, yo, Chris, yo, you late, and they said it like that, that comes off a little aggressive,
A little aggressive. Right. Right.
right? So you take offense to that.
Correct.
All right. So if you take offense to it, what you gonna do?
I'm finna do something about it. I'm finna make some noise.
All right. So instead of throwing fisticuffs, I take my happy behind down to the county clerk
Right.
and I filed defamation.
Correct. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you hurting me two ways. You embarrassing me by putting this late payment on my credit report. So now if anybody runs my credit, I go for finance or anything like that, they run it. I got late payment. That's bad on me. You know what I mean? And then the other way is I feel insulted. So I need a remedy. So how we gonna remedy this? So we go to court. Like I said, I went to court. I just filed defamation. That's the only thing I put on the paperwork. Defamation. 2 weeks later, I got a phone call. I got a phone call from their lawyers, and he like, what happened? How can we fix this? Da da da. And you got to know what you're talking about. Once you can prove what you're talking about, they be like, all right, what can we do? What you need? And that's basically what they did. Like, yo, what you need?
So that's most important for everybody. Before you jump into this, you need to know exactly what you are talking about, what laws and consumer laws and stuff that's going to back up your words. You just can't go in there talking about you violated me and don't
Yeah.
know what violations, how they violate you. And because these lawyers are going to test you and they feel
Right.
like you don't understand what you're doing, they finna play with you. And
Yeah.
that's with anything person. That's even going in the courtrooms, anything. You always have to know what you're talking about. You have to have that knowledge and language to bag everything up. Because if you don't, you just spinning your wheels. Because they will
Yep.
play with you until you come forth like you know what you're doing. And it's best to know that up front, so you don't have to go through the problems. Just like Ryan just said. He got a phone call within 2 weeks. They talked to him. He explained to them how they was violating him. Now, how can we fix this? It's just that
Yep.
simple. We have to also get out this fear of these agencies that's out there portraying themselves to be big. Like you said, you think they're a government agent, like RS. Everybody think that's a government agent. They are not. They just like Walmart, McDonald's, and the gas station. They
Yep.
just got so much power as far as money-wise, greasing people's palms that they got a little bag of. But still, if you know what you're talking about and you know your laws, you will also can win and beat them down. So it's the same way with the credit bureaus. Everybody should get their credit fixed. Everybody should, like Ron said, should sue them. And it's not just those three. And this is the problem that we are having. We was only taught three of them. It's over, what, 50 of them?
It's over 400.
400. Oh, 400. So see,
Yeah.
I'm behind. So I'm thinking it's 50 now. It's for 400 of these people. Got your
Yeah.
credit. And yes, most of these companies use the main three, but they don't tell you about LexisNexis. Is one of the big ones that they truly really go through.
Yep.
LexisNexis to me is one of the big ones that the other ones kind of go through to go farther into your information.
So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing about LexisNexis, Innovis, SageStream, CoreLogic. The big three go to them to verify your information. Now the law states that they supposed to since you live. So say you and Carmen were next door neighbors, right? The law says that they supposed to go to her to ask questions about you to
The next door
verify.
neighbor. Oh, wow.
Your next door neighbors, your co-workers,
really,
family members, to verify stuff about you. That's how it's supposed to be done. But what they do is they go to the secondary creditors because they're holding all the, they're data furnisher. They're holding all of your information. So so that house you lived at 20 years ago is still on their profile. So when you tell them, hey, I don't live here, I haven't lived here over 2 years, they'll take it off, and they go verify, this LexisNexis still got it. So because they still got it, they're like, nah, it's verified. So they leave it on your credit report. So this is why I tell people, because certain things people charge for, I feel is criminal. Like personal information, that hurts your credit score. inquiries, that hurts your credit score. But these are things that you can handle on your own. So what people need to do, they need to audit their credit reports. You need to
Okay.
audit it, and you need to start from the top. You need to start from your name, how your name is spelled. Make sure it's spelled the same way on all 3 credit reports. If it's not spelled the same way on all 3 credit reports, that's a problem. You understand? Because you could be linked. That could link you to somebody else. You know, your name is Chris Ward. We got a Chris Baker. What happens if they mess that up?
Right. And that have happened to me because me and my father have the same name, and people was telling me that I had overdue payments at a hospital that I ain't been in since birth.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and it was that, and also I think it was a cable company. I'm like, no, I just moved back home. I said I've been in Florida for since '91. I never had a cable,
Mm-hmm.
a cable bill here. So I browsed that, yes, and that can't happen. So I had to tell them, look at the day of birth, my day of birth, and let's go from there. And they came back and yeah,
So the same problem you got, the same problem I have. Cause my
okay,
daughter is also named Ryan Dean. The only thing
okay,
difference is our middle name.
okay.
Now I have her Navy Fed showing up on my credit report.
Oh,
Now don't get me wrong, she got perfect credit, so I don't mind it. So I leave it. You understand? But at that time, I didn't want none of my stuff showing up on her credit report, because
right,
then that would have hurt her. So
right.
we had to go through a whole process. It took like 4 months, 4 to 5 months for them to actually fix the situation. But we got it fixed. But you need to start from that. Even the littlest things, the if you don't spell out your whole middle name, you want it that way across the board. So you got to audit it, go all the way down. If they got different variations, yo, tell them to get it out of there. You
Oh,
could
okay.
that's a phone call. That all that is a phone call. Equifax, they be acting funny. They might tell you send a picture and your social and proof
They
of
did.
address.
That's
Go
what
ahead
they
and
told me. They told
right.
me I had to
Yeah.
do that, and they had to send me a form,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I never
Yeah.
got. I never got the form.
Uh, yeah. That happens. But
Hmm.
I would tell everybody, if they tell you to do that, go ahead. Go ahead and send it in. Is trust me, it's easier than to pay somebody $400 or $500, and that might be your only issue. Then
Right.
after that, yeah, you go to your addresses. Then you go to your work history, and then even the phone numbers. If they got a whole bunch of phone numbers on there and a bunch of, you should only have one work history on your credit report. Nobody don't care how many jobs you had.
Okay.
You just need
Yeah, they got
one.
all mines on there. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get those got to come off. Those got to come off. Boom. Then after you do all of that, then you go through. You go through your credit, the rest of it, the whole the body. You go through the body and make sure that the body's right. The other thing that you could do for yourself is inquiries. I got a script. I'm gonna send you the script, Chris, and you can give it out to your to your peoples.
Okay.
And all you gotta do is read this script and call the credit repair people, read the script, and get these inquiries deleted. That's free information. That's nothing nobody should be charging you. I know people that charge $50 an
You can
inquiry.
talk.
$50 an inquiry. Can you imagine? I had a client that had 80 inquiries on just one report. He had 80, 63, and 59.
Well,
Imagine if I was charging for every inquiry he had.
right, right,
Man, you can't do it. You can't do that to people, especially if you got bad credit. You can't even help yourself right now.
right, right.
So it's the body that you need help. It's the body that people needs help with. That's it. Nothing
Okay.
else. Everything else you could do yourself. And I tell people that all the time. So there's I'll probably hurt somebody feelings on here, but when it comes to credit repair, there's only one way you can be a credit repair specialist or a financial literacy person. You got to be board certified. A lot of people don't know that. They got the CCA is the Credit Consultant Association.
I didn't
They
know that
work
either.
along. Hmm?
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
Right.
Know that.
They, they work along with the CDIA. They're the
Okay.
only ones that could certify somebody to be a credit repair specialist. I know.
You also. That's right. Let them know.
I know. I'm board certified. This is what I do. You understand? So you gotta if you got other people that's doing your credit repair. Trust me, they're doing factual disputing. There's only a handful of us that's doing Metro 2. It's not huge. It's been out for a while, but not a lot of people know how to do it. But it,
And I believe that because I have used someone in the past, and they got a lot of my stuff off. But like
mhm,
I said, here it is 7, 8 years later, they popping back up. So I just wasted money with
mhm.
this person because everything that she got off is now coming back, popping back up. Like I owe, I missed a payment or something. So and it's past the 7 years.
Right,
So a
right.
lot of I knew
Statute
how.
of limitations up.
Right, yeah. So yeah, it's crazy that I'm glad because I never knew that you had to be certified that way to actually be a specialist, creative specialist. So that now you don't have to go out and ask nobody. If you do go somewhere and ask them about that, is they certified. But if you want to
Correct.
somebody already certified, he's right here telling you everything. And if you can't get it's information is being flashed across the board. And also if you don't want to call him first, you want to talk to me about it, I have no problem. Come talk to me. I'll vouch. We put our name behind this man. He does great work. Uh, I am a client, but I'm also know him personally. He's also a business partner of mine with another venture that we got going on. But we will be bringing that up. We're going to have the whole team on here with that, freedom management. And so we
Funny
got
you
a lot
say
going.
that.
Uh-huh.
Funny you say it. Right before we actually got on, Adrian called me. So
Uh-huh.
Adrian's in Phoenix
Oh, okay.
looking at some land. So he gonna bring that back to the group.
Okay.
I guess tomorrow
So,
when we all
yeah.
on the two. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But here's
everybody
another.
got to stay tuned for that. We will have the
Yeah.
whole uh, launch special 360 a crew slash freedom management crew on here, and we're going to share some crazy information not only with the credit that you're hearing, the information that you're hearing today will be repeated again because we all bring a lot of stuff to the table. We talk about it on Instagram on Launch Special 360 and from noon to 1. We all get together every Sunday and Zoom and update each other on what we're doing. And I woke up this morning, Ryan, smiling. My cheeks hurt. The cheeks hurt. Woke up, hey, I woke up smiling so hard, my cheeks hurt. I'm like, man, we there.
Yes.
We did it. We got there.
Yes. Yes.
We have now
Yes.
out for a long time. Like I was telling people, I've been standing in front of the finish line, but I couldn't cross over.
Yep.
Now we have found the pieces to cross over. Thing is about to get real around here, y'all. Y'all don't
Exactly.
want to miss nothing coming from our team, even if it's on my podcast or it's on the Launch Special 360 on Instagram podcast feed. You don't want to miss the information that we sharing. Even if you're on our Facebook pages, please get on our Facebook pages. Please come watch us on Instagram. Please go on YouTube, check us out. We got it. We're about
Yep.
to be help a lot of families and a
Yep.
lot of people that thought they're about to lose their homes or land or whatever the case be. We're about to be that team to say, call us. Oh,
Oh
we
yeah.
got you. And we got you real quick. Ain't gonna be that we're gonna stretch it out for 40, 60 years. We got you. And by the time we really get this down pat, it's gonna be some quick service, 30 to 60, no more than 90 days. We're gonna be able to help you in any kind of situation. And we'll not only with credit and learning how to become free and learning how to upright own all your land without paying taxes. We are forming. We got a nation. Get ready to start a nation with our brother Eric. Um, we also going to be able to show you how to pay your bills. And I mean, it's so much stuff in my head that I'm trying to tell
Everything,
you.
everything we doing is generational. It's gonna be
Yes,
generational.
and that's the
Legacy.
whole key: generation wealth, and that's
Yep.
always been our thing. We love our people. Uh, we always talked about that. We never put a price on nothing we have done. Because I tell people all the time, if they will ever come onto our drive, we have so much
Woo.
information on our drive that we could charge you an arm and leg because we know we got the truth. We
Yep.
got templates. We ain't just got little laws just to read and all. We got templates. We got the books. We got the videos. We got it all. And once we actually go through this other spiel of stuff that we're about to do, we're going to put together a little handbook or whatever you want to call to give to the people so they can follow this. But some of us will be on call where we can also answer your question and help you walk you through a lot of this stuff because I feel it's no sense of charging you for the information that's actually really free for. I mean, majority we had to pay for a lot of this information,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to give it to our people because we know we can really do some great work, and doing great work, blessings always come as they have already,
Yep.
and I rather have the blessings uh, uh, and then then the aggravation of trying to charge you and knowing that I could have helped you if you just would have gave it to you. Because not everybody have the money to pay the money, but truthfully, you do. You just don't know you have that type of money, and we gonna explain that on another podcast, which I have talked about many times about the birth certificate and social security card. But today is about Ryan, and we talking about getting this credit done, and improve your credit because it's very important, y'all, and we need to start teaching this to our children at a young age.
Right.
Very early.
Uh,
Yep.
let's stop waiting till they get a team to start teaching them, because you sure didn't wait till they got a team to start teaching what you taught them. So let's teach them at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Teach them at a young age. Teach this, and that's one thing that we, as for your management and the team, and me and my wife, we always talked about schools, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to do schools. Uh, is because we are able to teach this stuff. We'll be able to teach this stuff early in the schools when we have our own schools and stuff. Teach the stuff that really I feel that they need to know, and get rid of some of the lies that have been taught about credit and about history, and teach them the true history, because that's what we lack at. Because if we truly would know our true history and the truth about credit, um, a lot of us would be in the position that we're in now.
That's true.
And I'm glad you pivoted to that because before credit came about, this world was on a barter system.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We only we only came into the credit era when after 1933, really.
Go.
After the United States
Go.
became bankrupt. You understand? So when you talk about like the history of credit and how to look at credit, y'all gotta know that personal credit starts at 300 and goes up to 850. So there's a total of 550 possible points that you could accumulate to get a perfect score. Now I'm gonna give you two things that you really got to work on. You got to work on your payment history because that's 35% of your credit report, and your utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. So when you add the two of those up, it comes out to 300. It comes out to 357.5 points. You add that to the 300 that you already got, you at 657.50. You almost at a 700. Then your credit age. If you got any credit underneath 300, under 3 years, you're gonna have a lower score. But if your credit age is over 3 years, trust and believe, once those other two are good, you're gonna be over a 700 credit score, easy. So, what the utilization is that the utilization is the amount of credit you're using on a particular card or loan. So, say you got the three, they add it all up and that gives you the average. The same thing with the credit age. They add it up, divided by whatever it is, and they give you the average, and that's your credit age. With the cards, they go off of how much you're using every month. Every month, you want to be underneath stat industry standard says 30%. A lot of gurus say 20%. I say 9, but I wish everybody could be between 1 and 3%. Because you maximize your points when you're there. So, two things you got to worry about is your due date and your statement date. Now that's a totally different that's another podcast right there, because a lot of people don't understand those two and how they correlate together. But remember, your payment history, your utilization, that's 35%, 30%, and then the credit age is 15%. The account mix. Now, if you don't know what the account mix is, the account mix is your credit cards, the bills that's the same every month, like a lease. Those are fixed, so those are every month. Your credit cards is gonna be all over the way, all over the place. And then your inquiries. The inquiries are the killer. Here's some free game, guys. Here's some free game. If you apply for something today and that inquiry goes on your credit report, call the credit bureau and get it off. Less than 5 days. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Just call and get it off.
I heard that. Call and get it off.
Well, I wanted to say, I know you're working because I got a letter, and I meant to call and let you know that I received a letter saying that, and from Equifax, saying that I needed to change my name because on my birth certificate it has Carmen, Carman, and on my Social Security card it has Carmen, Carmen. So they said that they had trouble with getting all my information because of the name differences. So I need to get in touch with Social Security and show them my birth certificate and show them that I'm Carmen, not Carmen.
Gotcha.
And it does have an effect on my credit as well. So, if, like he said in the beginning, if you have any name changes, look into that and make sure everything is correct and properly, utilized. But I see where mine is. And it's been like that for years. I just never thought to change it until I start working with you. So that lets me know that the previous people who we were dealing with our credit report, they wasn't board certified because they would have caught that and they would have, corrected that.
Yeah, because all they doing, because they're trust me, most of these guys, all they're doing is templates. So what might work for Chris might not work for you.
Right. And it's not, because I've seen a lot of things that's been removed off my credit report, like my student loans. I just checked it on the other day, and it was saying removed. I was like, what?
Yeah, she was having that was been the bigger things that she's been wanting to get off for longer was her student loan.
And my credit score had gone up about 18 points or something. So I was
nice.
Like, okay.
Nice. That's good. I'm glad. I like to hear that.
Right. We definitely gonna keep you updated, and everybody, I'm telling you, this is why I brought him on the podcast. Y'all really do need to give this man a call, reach out to him. His information is going across the screen. His 1-800 number, his email. Because I seen the result, and he's the third one that I have dealt with, and dealing with Ryan. Like my wife just said, we're seeing stuff coming off a lot faster than I ever seen. And like I said, you are the third person I dealt with in my life. And it never got no results in the first 90 days, I ain't never get no results. It was always, I be don't forget about it. Oh, and then
Yep.
get a letter in the mail. Seem like 10 years later. Oh, is this now coming off? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
no, I really could say, man, you're doing a great job. You know what you're doing,
Appreciate it.
because, like I said, it's coming off. It's coming off really fast, and I had worked my tail to get my score up, and had some mishaps. And now I see everything's going back to normal. I'm pretty sure by the time all this is over with, I should be at the 800 with no problem, because I was already halfway. I was like 720, 730 before I had these mishaps, that two mishaps that came on now. But you showed me that I had more than that, because even with the injuries, they just came out of the blue. Like, these people had me looking for cars when I ain't looking for a car. I'm
Yeah.
like, where this
Yeah.
come from? I ain't seen this before. I ain't been requiring for no car. So yeah,
Shoot.
it was
I
crazy.
tell people, yo, check your credit report like check your bank account.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
check it. You should check it. I check mine every day because you
okay,
never know when something's gonna come on there. Check it
right,
every day because you don't want to. You don't want what you say. Something just popped up and then it just surprised you out the blue. You could have been going for a house. You could have been going to try to get a mortgage,
Mhm.
and then
right,
you get it thinking that you got a 7 whatever, and then they're like, oh well, you got too many inquiries. You got this, that, and the other. And you like from where? And then you got to go back and forth, and now you got to go find out what's going on. So if you, it's the same way you could get up and check your Instagram in the morning.
right.
It's just that simple to get up and hit that Experian button or that Credit Karma button and see what's going on. It's
Let's see
that
what.
simple.
Let me ask you about that, about the Experian and Credit Karma. Is Credit Karma accurate or
Mm,
is it not?
It's not accurate. It's like 20. It's either 20 points below or 20 points above.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not
Yeah,
accurate, but it's good. It's good to let you know when something pops up
Right. Okay.
right away.
yeah, and I believe that too, because when I finally went for my first finance to finance a car, um, he was telling me, my score says, when I checked on Credit Karma, it said 620. So I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm decent. I'm good. I can go now. But when I get there, he was like, nah, man, it was like five something. I'm like, five something? What you looking at? Hold up, partner. I just checked it before I came in. And then he said the
Yeah.
same thing. He asked me, what did I check it on? I told him. He said, no, they're not accurate, man. I was like, what? This whole time the thing made me think I'm getting up there. I'm getting my points up, and
Yeah.
I wasn't. So, yeah, I believe that.
I look at both of them. I look at Credit Karma and I use Experian. Well, let me ask you this, Ryan. How much do you charge to help someone get their credit report or get their credit straightened out?
750. I don't care if you got bankruptcies. I don't care if you got repos. None of that. And mine is a one-time fee. That's it.
How much is your fee?
750. Seven hundred
Oh,
and fifty
seven
dollars.
fifty. Okay,
750.
750. Okay,
Yeah.
credit score.
One time, y'all. He said one time fee, and he don't care what you got on
Yeah.
your credit. Child support, all that stuff that be placed on your credit. He don't care, he said. You long hair don't care. You see the man
Long
shaking
hair don't care.
his
You already know. You already
Yeah,
know.
he'll get it off.
You already know.
So basically, your lifetime credit counselor to that individual
Yep.
for seven
You can
fifty. Okay.
call me or text me at any time.
Okay.
I'm always here.
Okay.
I even got I have some credit building websites to help people out if they need it. If you're renting, you could use your rental income as a trade line. It's a primary trade line that'll be on your credit report. That's your trade line. That's
Okay.
not an authorized user. So they got reportyourrent.com. You got rent reporters. You got rental karma. You got pay lease. That actually gets reported by Experian and TransUnion. You got Credit My Rent. That's by TransUnion only, and Pay Your Rent. All three credit bureaus report that. These are good primary trade lines to have. They backdate 24 months.
Oh,
So that's 24 months of history that's going to be reported. And the only thing that happens is whatever number you put on there is the number that they're going to call to verify. Read between the lines.
okay.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the easy one. And then the other ones are like you pay, you might pay $50 a month for, you might buy something for $50 and you pay $50 a month or pay $20 a month. You got self lenders, you got Hudson Chase, and credit debit cards.com. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. So those are great. Those are good to have. Here's I got a little sauce for the people.
Okay.
If you got a high utilization, and when I say you got a high utilization, you got credit cards and all your credit cards are maxed out, and you need a trade line, you need to use an authorized user. This is what the people don't tell you. You got to make sure that whatever your total amount in debt is, you want to be 5 times higher than that. And these are what these gurus aren't talking when they selling you trade lines. So, for instance, you got a $25,000 debt, right? You're going to times that by 5
Mm-hmm.
minus whatever the debt is, and that's how much trade line you need. That's the total amount of authorized user monies that you need to bring your utilization back down underneath 20%.
Okay.
All right. So that's how a trade line really works. Don't just call anybody and they like, yeah, I gotta give you a trade line. Yeah, they'll give you a trade line, all right. But if their trade line isn't gonna bring your utilization underneath 20%, don't waste your money.
Okay.
Do not waste your money.
Now, the software that you're talking about, is that's something that you say you offer that. Is that a monthly service or a one-time fee service? How do you do that?
For my credit repair.
Yeah, for yes, you said you had a software where they could do the red and get all that placed on their credit.
Oh. That's some of them are monthly fees.
Okay.
Some of them are monthly fees. So, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of it's like $19.99 or something like that.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? You just got to go through which one works best for you, because
Okay.
some of them most do 24 months, but you also have some that do 36.
Oh, okay.
So whatever you need, like I said, when you're working with your credit age, when you're trying to get your credit age right, you want anything 36 months or more.
Okay.
Anything underneath 2 years is really not going to help you. It's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. So you want 36 months or more. All right. So you got to look for that. That's what you got to look out for.
Okay.
But
Oh,
besides that, you gotta you this is something this is life changing. It's a
yeah,
lifestyle.
it's
Credit,
a lifestyle. Right.
having great credit, good credit is a lifestyle. You
Right.
can't you can't just be out here jacking it up and thinking that you're gonna be good. Because here's a fact: nobody gives you credit or money when you got bad credit.
Right.
When you got that 800 credit score, everybody want to throw money at you.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you can't afford it, you ain't getting it. And
Right.
a lot of people, right now they said the average person don't even have $400 in their bank account. So if you ain't got $400 in your bank, I could bet you don't have a credit card over $200, or if you do, it's maxed out.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And that's
So
and you know, I'm, I ain't trying to be funny, y'all, but all the ones that putting them bills in them children name, messing them children credit up before they get old enough to do it. Get your children credit fixed now before they get
now,
old enough to
Right.
start using their credit. Because I have seen that multiple times, and it's crazy when you grow up and then you try to get something. They're like, hold on, you had a man. How can I have something at 3 years old?
yep,
I
yep,
don't even know I didn't even know what a water bill was or
yep.
electricity bill was at 3 years old.
It's
No,
crazy.
well, you have to commit. You have to do a fraud report, and you already know who done it. So it's like
Right.
ah. So for everybody. No matter if you do it using your children's name. Stop doing that. Get your own credit fixed. Call Ryan.
Call him.
Call him. Information is coming across the screen here in a minute. Give him a call. Let him know that you need to fix your children and yours at the same time. You
Yep.
ain't got to say I made a mistake and use this name. You ain't got to go in detail. Just say you want to get the children fixed. And let them know it's a newborn, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
soon.
If they need,
Yeah, it's okay.
if you need personal credit, if you need personal funding, I help with personal funding.
Okay.
I dibble and dabble in business funding. I got a couple banks that I mess with. So if you need that, if you need to know how to set up an LLC, holla at your boy. I got you. Got you.
So I know. So that's why I tell y'all, man, my team is strong. We come in all kind of ways. I can't wait till we get the group website up
Right.
and let y'all know. And we're gonna have a whole list of who name you can click on and what potentials that they have to help you. Because that's how souped up we are over here with this team, man. Freedom Management uh, and Launch
Check
Special
check
360.
check check this out, Chris. Check this out.
Yes.
This for anybody listening. If you want to test something right now, I got a bank that they could go apply to right now, and they could get anywhere between $2,000 to $15,000 right now.
I'm gonna have my cousin to call you.
If they got a 680 or above, tell them holla at me. You can
Okay.
get it today. Even if you got an EIN number, holla at me. You could do both at the same bank and walk away with at least $30,000 to $40,000 if your credit and your data points are right. Right now. Just that simple.
Y'all heard him right now. Y'all can get this. He got a bank for you and everything. And you can go that route.
We have a fourth guest.
And you have a yes, hold on. Yes. But Ryan, so let me ask you, now when it comes to not only getting the payment history done, getting your credit fixed, you said now you can hook them up with the bank and business loans and stuff like that. And you said also the EIN. Um, do you feel that when people get this stuff done, and I know I know the answer to this because we talk about it all the time. Do you feel that a trust should be put in place once they clean up?
Hell yeah. By far.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what I'm
Yep.
saying, people. We trust is the key thing with all with the team, and that's what we try to express a lot. Most every guest I bring on, I ask that question about the trust because I've now learned that is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Very important to one, have a trust. Two, have your credit completely done right. Cherish those two hand in hand. Get your business credit going and business credit. Right? Can you speak on that a little bit as far as how you feel about the business credit? How should they go about it? Is that something you help with also?
Yes. Business credit, that's where you want to be. You want to get away from using your social. At the end
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you want to get away from anything coming to you under your social. You need to be an LLC. You as an individual need to be an LLC. You number one, you get you get bigger funding. It doesn't whatever happens on the business side do not affect you on the personal side. You have so much more leeway on that. So yes, business funding, go for it. That should be that's well, this is what I do. Somebody that got bad credit, when I talk about goals, your goals should be okay. We know the credit's bad here. We start in here. We're gonna apply for an EIN, start that LLC. While we're building the personal credit, within that 3 to 6 months, the business is being built out the right way. To build out an LLC only takes you no more than $350 in 90 days. You understand what I'm saying? So you build that out the right way, give it the right data points, and you getting your credit score up to 700. Once you hit that 91st day, once you hit that 91st day, you ready. You
Right.
ready for business funded and personal funded at the same time. You're killing two birds with one stone. You get if you can walk away with $100,000 between personal and business, you should never have to use your personal your social security card again, because everything from there should be building on the EIN. That's it.
All right, everybody, that's our time. We appreciate you, Ryan, for coming on, helping people. I would definitely have my man back on again, because it's a lot. It's a lot to talk about. So we're gonna have him on as much as possible to help everybody. But once again, I'm gonna put his information across the bottom of the screen. Please give him a call. Let's get you right. You see, this man is open door, many avenues to travel down. He can help you with, get you correct. He's helping me and my wife as we speak. As you heard our testimony, things come off real straight and fast, and I loving that. Actually, we're going to, I think my next guest is going to be Samantha. She's going to come on talking about how important the trust is, how she can help with the trust people. So be aware, I had a couple people that's going to be talking about trust and how we can get you structured and get you going. But let's start working on this credit. Ron gonna be looking for your phone calls. I'll be putting his flyer on my pages, so y'all to see that all over with the information. Keep that up on the page too. So if you did miss this, share this YouTube video with your friends and family, because it's very important for us to get this information out there and get the right person or people to help you. Like you said, if you ain't certified like the man holding up, they ain't certified, they can't produce one of them, you need to leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Because all they doing is recycling templates and taking your money.
Taking your
And
get them
recycling.
out of here.
Right. So everybody, we appreciate you, Ryan, and we'll definitely give you a holler and go from there.
Man, I appreciate both of y'all. Y'all know I love y'all.
Yes.
We love
Love
you
you
too.
too. All right,
See y'all
my
soon.
dude.
All right.
There we go. Y'all, that was our guest for today. That was Ryan. Now we're back on get ready to get going, y'all.
And Nyla.
And Nala. We appreciate everybody joining us. Please share the video and go from there. And we will talk to y'all soon. And y'all have a good day.
Bye. You just had to get in the picture, didn't you, girl? You just couldn't help yourself, could you?